Hey, what's up guys? I'm PewDiePie and I'm here at GamesCom 2016 joined by Lucy James.
Hey!
How's it going?
It's good.
I played a game called Little Nightmares.
Yeah?
You've not heard of this?
Well, no. I got like the email tease.
Yeah, and it turns out it's probably one of the coolest things I've seen at GamesCom. It's developed by Tarsier Studios, who I'd never heard of until this point, but they'd worked on every Little Big Planet games thus far.
Yeah, Media Molecule, it's not just all about you.
Share the credit, Media Molecule. So this game is like a weird, there's a lot of that influence in there, the way the character moves and the way the mechanics work. So you get this little character named Six. She's like a...
Like Caprica 6?
Kind of. In that it's the same number.
Is it Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah, no, it's not Battlestar Galactica. And so the story is this thing called the Maw appears. It's like a lighthouse above ground, but below it's like this weird complex. It's like an upside down iceberg, but there's stuff within it, and people are naturally attracted to it for some reason. They just want to be inside it. She wakes up inside it and needs to get out. It's really strange, and like the actual game is a platformer that feels quite similar to stuff like Limbo and Inside.
So I was watching the footage that you managed to get, and yeah, it does remind me a lot of Limbo. A little bit like the way that Six moves is also reminiscent of Yanni. Yeah, but not as adorable.
Yeah, and also like we said, Little Big Planet. The kind of it's not, the jumps aren't as floaty, but that kind of like the movement and the feel of it. It's quite like ploddy kind of running, and like you grab. So that's the main way you interact with the world. You grab stuff and move around.
So what kind of environments are inside this like weird underground thing?
The environments are supposed to be quite diverse. You start off in a kitchen type area and you just got to get through it. There's this really large, ugly looking chef. He looks bad. He looks like the cockroach from Men in Black.
Oh, he does actually.
In his human form. So like you have to like...
Ooh, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, exactly, Kingpin. You got to sneak through this kitchen and he's around, and if he hears you, he'll chase you down, and you've got to try and get away from him and climb up into him and get out of there. The whole point of it, I spoke to developers after, what they're trying to do is create these worlds that are interesting and quite unsettling. And they're doing it from like a child's perspective. So the thing that they said was a child doesn't understand subtleties in life too much. A thing is either good or bad. A thing is either big or small. It's not like medium, or there's no like intricacies.
Everything's in extremes.
Yeah, everything's in extremes, and that's reflected in the world. So you're very small. Everything around you is very big, which is why you're like, you feel almost like you're a micro machine in this massive world. Like you feel like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type character. And that's what makes it interesting running. And the other thing they're doing is they're building the environments to be quite baffling and confusing, because kids don't understand things around them. And they said there might be some symbolism in those environments that perhaps a child might not understand, but an adult would. But also they have environments that are designed to be weird without any sort of symbolism or meaning, just to be weird. Because kids sometimes see things and it's just like, what is that? I don't understand it one bit. It's just weird to me. One of these was like this room where you land on a briefcase and it's just full of hundreds and hundreds of shoes.
I mean, that can be really macabre though. I mean, coming in from the butcher, it's like, is it a man-eating pig butcher flesh thing?
What is it? It's like, it feels a lot like Inside, and that was, it's a fairly recent game, which is why I'm pulling that as a reference point. But like atmospheric, very like slow pacing in terms of platforming, that kind of stuff. It's got a vibe to it, which I'm really interested in. It's come out of nowhere, which is the thing that excites me most about it.
Also, it doesn't seem like Bandai Namco's usual
that's interesting, because this is like the first game that the European arm of Bandai Namco is both publishing and marketing. So this is kind of like their first step in realizing the Bandai Namco entertainment part of it. They want all their territories to start looking into games, finding unique little gems and trying to push them up and out there. Tarsier Studios is a European dev, which is why discovered by Namco Bandai Europe, and they've arranged this kind of like a publishing agreement. But like, I definitely feel like it's one to watch out for. If you like stuff like cool, quirky platformers with an atmosphere and like this kind of tension to it, and it's got a bit of stealth in there as well, some puzzle mechanics. We've got, plenty in there to look forward to. I'm excited about it. I'm really looking forward to seeing more about it.
All right, and for more from this year's Gamescom, make sure you stay tuned, of course, to GameSpot.com.